Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream of Ultimate General Civil War. And today is a premiere for my stream. Not because I play this game, but today, for the first time, I managed to start it as scheduled. So I just switched back the language to English. So since I had my big system reset last weekend, probably you heard about it, I got a new SSD drive and therefore I had to reinstall the complete system. So not I, but a good friend of mine who proved to be an expert in doing such computer stuff. And then I had to reinstall all the games, of course, and therefore the game was in German, since I normally play German in German, since I'm from Germany. But as always, for those streams, I switch to English. So for me, it's a good practice. For you out there from all around the world, it's easier to follow. So I already realized I made some followers with English. So probably guys that would... Some of you guys out there following me right now would not have come here if it would have been in German. So therefore forgive my sometimes somewhat clumsy pronunciation and my missing vocabulary every now and then. I regard it as a practice, improving my English skill. And I also enjoy the possibility getting in contact with lots of troops from around... getting in contact with lot of people from around the world. So yeah. Therefore, those games I will do in English. As you have realized, some games I also stream in German. This depends mostly if it is kind of a co-op campaign or whatever. Then if I play with German or team play, for example, Warhammer Vermintide 2, where you slay the rats in the Warhammer Fantasy universe, I will do in German, since all the people I played are German. Same as with... what else did we play? Last Saturday we tried to start a Warhammer Total War co-op campaign. A good friend of mine, Raffinid. Raffinid is the other guy. And then we terribly failed, not because we were unable to play the game, so not because we were inept. The thing is, we were unable because my computer broke down seriously. The old HDD drive was not ready to handle the task. And now I have the new drive, and this means on upcoming Saturday we will continue this campaign that started so clumsy, and then we prepare to rule the old and the new world in this magnificent Warhammer fantasy context. So it's of course not history related then. This is maybe a bit of a problem, but well, I like the game too much for not playing it. And anyway, so today, nevertheless, this is the same mistake I always make. So today we continue with Ultimate General Civil War and our Union campaign. So I brought up first and second corps as much as possible. So I have some 4,500 men more. I don't have the money. I could maybe raise some more troops, but I won't do because so maybe this, since it's not costing anything. So what we might try maxing up some of... Well, but on the other hand, I do not really want, so let's keep them in reserve. So the battle will be bloody, that's for sure. So next battle to come is indeed Mule Show. Named like this because the fortifications of the Confederates had basically that shape. And there we can bring 2 full corps, and I decided to bring first and second. Those are the 2 best I have. Oh, by the way, why are the numbers so low for second corps? So they have some 3,000 men less than I. I don't know. But this means that first corps in this case will lead the way. And second corps will come in reserve. So let's go for it. Gladly, I reorganized the army at the end of the previous stream. This is always a good thing. So organizing the army I always like a lot. So assault and reinforcement. So first corps leading the assault, although I probably will regret this. Anyway, let's do it. So we bring 67,000 men, the enemy has 55,000 men. So I just watched this battle at the stream of Kapitän Haag, a guy who I hosted in the... and I watched his playthrough, and now I know what expects me, and I think I did not yet play this. So as I have told several times in a previous stream of this, I did this battle. I did a Union campaign. I started a Union campaign when I bought the game some years ago. I never finished this. I finished the Confederate campaign. I restarted the Confederates several times. Yeah, but in this case, I think I did not play this battle. I'm not sure, but so the reason probably was since this part of the campaign leads to the Battle of Cold Harbor, and since Cold Harbor was such a horrific battle, with so many losses on Union sides, I probably feared a bit playing it. Yeah, okay. So, but nevertheless, now I'm determined to do it, and therefore let's start the attack. So generally the rebel position appears to be the weakest in the line, this one, okay. Interesting. So it is a salient in their formation. So we start early at dawn this time, having the moment of surprise. Shutting out in a horseshoe shape, so that's basically the reason why this was called horseshoe. We have to assault this exposed position and seize the area. If we succeed, we could split the Confederate front in two and cripple their defenses. So, alright. So as I said, wow. A lot of troops. So first of all, we start bringing the batteries forward, since they move so slowly in this battle in general. Then I want to have third division in the center. I want to have second division on the left, from my point of view the right, no, from my point of view the left wing, and so let's use 4th division there. By the way, they are somewhat over there, so let's better use 4th division there and shift 2nd division over here, and 1st division I will keep behind my 3rd division. They are there. So you know, my kind of thing in this game is always keeping the divisions together. So normally this is not a good move, since they have to shift to the center, they have to go out, but I like this. So having those divisions together, and I think it is... Okay, here they are already. Here they are. And of course we will get a lot of reinforcements too, so yeah. But I don't know when. So I know because I have seen it at the Captain Hack's stream. But, you know, another thing for me is I always pretend a bit of knowing not what happens historically. So this is a bit silly, to be honest, but yeah, so... And this comes to some limits, this way of playing, so... I saw it at the Battle of Chancellorsville, where I knew what happened to the Northerners. And yeah. So, what we will do now... Since we want to punch a hole in the enemy... By the way, who are those guys? This is 2nd Division. So let's change plans a bit, move 2nd Division here. And who are you? Who are 1st Division? So... This must look very confusing to you now. But I'm myself confused, I admit it. So what I want to do, I want to build up a strong force, a kind of attack column to punch through the enemy position. So this means I form up 2 whole divisions under the cover of my own. You go a bit into the cover of the woods. So what I have 2 brigades here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. So this is kind of a Napoleonic assault column. So a small front line, but many ranks depth. So. And with them I will push through. I intend to push through. And as a diversion we will attack with their supplies, seriously. As a diversion we will assault with... So I won't be able to get those supplies, I think, but... So it's horrible, by the way, how strong their skirmisher units are. Stonewall Brigade, Ramseur, so it's basically exactly the same... Okay, so there is mighty 2nd Corps, and now you must shake your head in... What the fuck? Because now I'm shifting back 1st Division again to bolster the line here. Because with 2nd Corps I will move up to... Which unit is this? 1st Division. They have the skirmishers with them. So I will bolster this front line with 2nd Corps that is coming up here. So 3rd Division, 2nd Corps, you move somewhere there. And finally 4th Division, you stay in reserve. And so do all those troops here. And now of course we need to organize their artillery too. Gladly they are quite centered, concentrated, so this open spot here will be a nice place for the artillery. So yeah, I take my time to form up now. So why didn't I leave 1st Division there? Basically because I want to keep 2nd Corps together to have also the general close to his troops. And there's still a weak spot in my line, so yeah, that's just the idea behind this move now. So we will use those troops to expand the line a bit here. First corps coming in here, so let's shorten the way for them a bit. And what I also will do, those sharpshooters, I will place a bit more to the center to support them. So I'm losing a lot of time. At the moment I'm shelled. Ah, Captain, good to have you here. Thanks for fulfilling your promise and joining in. So you said you had yeah, of course you had problems replacing them. Since you had some nearly 30,000 men and got only half of them back. But this is fitting quite well to the nature of this campaign, indeed. So this is basically, as I said, as I wrote in your chat, it's basically what Grant and the Northerners did. They finally decided to attack at any cost, and this meant at any cost. So as you see, I am still awaiting the moment to charge. I'm moving up lots of troops. I follow a different strategy, but not that much different. So basically I massed 2 full divisions here in a gigantic assault column. 2 brigades frontline, 4 brigades one after the other, to punch a hole here and then spread them out. But before I can do so, of course, I kind of need to engage the rest of the line. And therefore there's this clumsy maneuvering going on right now. So 4th Division now can sneak into assault position. Maybe giving some covering fire there. Good old 1st Division. Oh, what is Mod doing here? I wanted to chase down some supplies with him. Good old 1st Division with the Fighting Historian's own are there too, so let's check their front line a bit. And there is 1st Division of 2nd Corps coming up. And this is the reserve. No, this is the reserve. So then bring up... maybe we do not bring the reserve into. Maybe we shift them down and move up Walker and keep those guys in reserve too. We'll see how this works. So I think the engagement is starting right now. First shots fired. So and now time for the gigantic assault column to advance. So the artillery is preparing. So we follow up, and the idea behind this is as soon as brigades in the front line break, we fill them up with fresh units. And meanwhile, 2 divisions here and 2 divisions, at the moment just 1 division here, act as a diversion. So, Virtual Paladin, that's exactly what I'm trying to do right now. I'm not sure, so following your own logic, so this is the only way. So we bring immediately the 2nd line forward. And maybe we can bring the sharpshooters into the woods as kind of a support. And now it's time for some fine-tuning here. Using the cover of the wood wherever we can. There we cannot, but maybe we can too. With those 3 units, we... okay, Thomas, we will need to harass Hoffman. But Walker and how we assault Hayes here. So the skirmishers routing, but come on. What's going on there? This is quite a mess here. So let's send Haney in support. And they are exposed. Let's bring them closer into the woods, and same with them. Zook stay in reserve here. I want them in the cover of the woods altogether. So artillery shelling massively in, and they already get their reinforcements. Okay, so that's the price for waiting a bit longer. So then now we charge and we follow up with the second row of our gigantic assault column. Same with them, they follow up, and there's the fourth row, they follow up too. So I do not, so nice for them to get reinforcements, but so I have mine on the way too. Let's therefore use 4th Division to expand the line a bit more. So this reduces my reserve here to 1 division, but I'm fine with it. Let's even bring the artillery closer to the front line. There's also a nice open spot for them. Okay, so we routed them here. This was more than I expected from the first assault. So I think they will waver soon, so therefore we follow up with the rest of the assault column. Cabell routing, so Heinzelmann holding his ground. Let's bring Chu and Bliss. They are the rear guard. So again, I do what I did in the previous battle. I mostly push on one place, so this was a strategy I found quite valuable, and I will follow this. So yeah, bring up the reserves a bit more, and let's avoid another major mistake. In the previous battle I totally forgot bringing the generals close to the front line and caring for the ammunition. So ammunition there is fine, but look at this. The commanding officer of this whole corps. Oh, nice. I did not expect them to rout that easily. So now we will shift them a bit in this direction, and first, there. So 2nd Division we will push in a bit more. So Appler, you could follow up too, so you stay in reserve. Yep, I'm through. Went quite well indeed. So as I said, there I stick to my positions mostly, just checking them, since the major blow will be dealt from here. So of course we will follow up with those armies. Of course we... So where are the remaining units of 3rd? So Cabell, Cabell is there. Oh, he lost a lot. So Iron Brigade routing, so that's basically what I've seen in your stream just before. Nevertheless, that's the reason why I massed 2 whole divisions on this small spot of land. So there comes their countercharge. So therefore, maybe time to push their flank here a bit. So we have good artillery there to support the attack. We have a whole division in reserve. So I can absolutely deal with the stalemate here. So we will shift a bit more to the south. So we will drive them here. Of course with losses, no doubt about this. And of course this mess here is... anything else than a pleasure to the eyes, but what shall we do? So let's have a short look on the cannons we have there, howitzers, Napoleons. So some more Napoleons. Let's bring the Napoleons closer to the front line and form up the long-range cannon a bit behind them. Sharpshooters. So that's all fine so far. Artillery-only corps should be interesting. So of course we are checked here right now. So we need to follow them up now. It's time to increase pressure on other front lines. So let's deal with them here. So there they are pushed out of their fortifications. Nevertheless, okay. So the center divisions, my breakthrough units here, are horribly beaten down, of course. But that's why I used 8 brigades on the front line, only the width of 2 brigades. So you're leaving? Alright, then I wish you a pleasant day. And thanks for joining in for a moment. It's always a pleasure having you here. So, okay, we get shred here in the center. But so there we okay. So all the time we bring back the frontline units again and again until we took them out. So now we have another unit routing. This is good. So maybe we can shift Carroll a bit to the flanks now. So Bliss, you are needed here. Iron Brigade heavily decimated. I think sooner or later those guys here will rout. There we have Daniel on the run. There's another unit. Okay. So poor Haggard. This is a nightmare, indeed. This is a real nightmare. And I fear that even my massed troops in the center won't be enough to exploit the gap here. A general wounded, at least not killed. So in this case, we will charge them. And where's Jackson? Jackson is a shock cavalry. He might charge too. Let's even charge in Kershaw. I want to have them on the run here. Give them something to think about. This is a massacre anyway. Carroll down to under 1,000, Cabell down. It's really grinding them down. Totally. It's a nightmare. So how we are doing here? Fine. Stop moving, start shooting. So they bolstered this part of the front line. There's cavalry moving around, but we should deal with them with Zook's veterans. So Zook is no longer alive. But as I liked this guy somehow, I kept his name alive by renaming his former brigade, naming his former brigade after him. So Crasher, it's flanking time now, and what we will also do, we will use the whole reserve division here, shift it to the south, and try to make a massive flanking maneuver there. So the time is already up nearly, and we did not even come close to the flag point, which is embarrassing. And again, we should split up the batteries a bit. Where are the other Napoleons? So there and there. Let's bring the Napoleons in support for the breakthrough. Iron Brigade routing again. Ammunition issues, so this is what I really do not want. And let's bring the cavalry south, just to fend off some of those cavalrymen maybe. So them be trapped in the open, this is good. So the result can immediately be seen. So let's form up. And again, it's time to mass an assault column. So of course they already rallied. But we pushed them out, good. Let's immediately follow through the gap. Oh dear. Are those shattered? No, they fill they've manned the trenches, or the fortifications. So let's say my first breakthrough failed. So of course we made the gap, but we cannot exploit it. The regiments and brigades here are too worn down. What we need to do, and what I hope to accomplish, is pushing through here in the south. There we mass a lot of troops. Crazy how resilient they are. So maybe we close to the. So now it seems. So gladly we can continue. Otherwise we would have failed. So of course I knew from your playthrough that it's possible. Carol killed poor Carol. He fought so valiantly with his man there. How are we doing there? We holding? I'm fine with this. Since this here is the place where we will do it. So let's bring the reserves up. Commanding officer here, Napoleons. Let's bring them up a bit closer before they form up. And there they are breaking too. So it's much better attacking through the woods, it seems, than attacking in the open there. Sickles wounded, damn it. Let's bring more troops back. And let's exploit the gap somehow. What we've left there. Okay, we have them. I can feel they want to waver. Brand Bruce wounded, so now it's getting grim. It's getting nasty. There, of course, is the last line of defense. That's a nightmare. By any means. Let's bring up more artillery to the front. Can we exploit this position? They're in the woods. Bring Carol down. Another Carol, by the way. Another general killed. Ah, damn it. So my death toll will be horrible too. Of course. Especially here where we are trapped in the open. I do not even manage to get to the ammunition point. Yeah, of course I cannot avoid it. So I totally understood this, but so what gives me hope at the moment is to push here in the south. Another general wounded, now the toll is climbing every minute. This is so horrible. So let's bring him in reserve. So there we have them on the run a bit. Let's bring up Miller. Who's coming there? Thomas. Let's bring Burnside forward. I think the critical point is over. So I think we pushed them out of their first positions, but at what costs? At what costs? The center will only hold there for the moment. All work will now be done by 2nd Corps and his 2 divisions. It's 2 divisions that push there. Let's even bring more artillery forward. Really. And there we could increase the pressure a bit more just by sending troops into the woods where they have cover. It's horrible. But there we have an opportunity to strike in their rear slowly. So maybe we can... So first I want to take out those bloody batteries. And then I want to take Gordon in the rear. Ramsar hit. Yeah, but to be honest, it doesn't feel better. So, and if I hadn't known that the time is irrelevant, so from your playthrough I knew I can somewhat ignore the countdown. So I was hoping for this, but to be honest, those 3 hours or whatever climbed down horribly fast, so... Okay, Gordon finally pushed out. Same here. So now the woods are ours. Yeah, you could only achieve it with bloody charges. So let's bring more troops. Let's break them somehow. Now it's even time for Zook to move out and for Mott. Ah, here comes the cavalry. Good. A major general wounded. Okay. Okay, so now they want to harass us with whatever they have. Maybe time to bring forward our own cavalry a bit more. So Crasher, you place in the cover. Stonewall's brigade charging like madmen. crazy how many troops do they have there. That's a nightmare. They are armed with Sharps rifles. Let's dismount them for a moment. Give them a nice position here. There's another unit. Yeah, I've seen it. I watched you reorganizing the troops for a while before I started my own stream. So there are shattered troops. Not a lovely sight in those dark and grim days, really. So maybe we can bring up this cavalry in a flanking position now. So poor Zook's men here in the open. So it's a widespread encirclement here again. We nearly closed the gap now. And maybe we should do the Kapitän Haag move today again by trying to completely surround them and annihilate them. Although this will be horribly, extremely costly. It's already costly, but maybe we should just profit from. So any reserves we can bring in, not really. Okay, there comes Gordon. But we finally turned them here. We finally turned them and... oh dear. I hope we can complete the encirclement. Yeah, I'm getting close, I know. But my plan is to push them towards their flag, let's say, and completely wipe them there. So this is another rifled unit of cavalry. Let's dismount them too and send them in some support. So they are still strong in the north. That's the problem with pushing them back. What reserves do we have there? Of course, now my beloved divisional organization is completely lost. But it doesn't matter anymore. So poor Mod getting heavily beaten there. The strongest forces really are those here on this flank. With them we should somehow make it. And if things get too nasty, then we simply occupy the fortification. Look at Mod, heavily beaten up there. So let's amass those units for a new front line. And with Walker we do the charge here now. 5 OB Burnside. Can you deal the blow here? It feels good. It feels good. So let's bring Merit in support for Pure Mod. Let the cavalrymen help each other. There they sent in anything, so let's support them. Here, another strong brigade holding those fortifications. Ammunition issues in the frontline troops, not good. Again, one of my basic mistakes. So bolster those woods with anything we have. And they are breaking, I can feel it. They are about to break. Lots of good reserves. Losses, don't ask me about it. So for the moment, 25,000 men lost already. So any reserves there? Come on, let's charge in Jackson. Let's do a fine cavalry charge in the end. Bring field closer. There we have them. Hey, Gero! Nice to have you here. Ah! For a moment I mistook you with another Gero I know, but also nice to have you here. So you cheese this battle normally. Cavalry. This was the cavalry in the center, so they survived somehow, but don't ask me how. But slowly we clump them up. Sadly not around their flag, so now I have the problem that Captain spoke of so often. If you take the flag, then the battle is over and then you cannot completely wipe the army. Okay. So for sure a way to go. So it's the first time I ever played this part. So I've started a Union campaign some years ago when I bought the game, but I only finished the Confederates back then. Then I started the Union, and when it came close to Cold Harbor, I somewhat got cold feet and didn't do it. But now for the stream I decided to make a complete playthrough of. So finally there we have pushed them in the open. So let's not talk about the horrible losses we have in this one. Suk routing here. So they push a bit in this direction. And I'm a bit too weak to hold and withstand there. But oh, there are 2 units shattered of me. So you know what? In this case, before I can completely annihilate them, let's go for the flag point and end this nightmare of a battle. So if I already start losing brigades, that's not worth it. That's absolutely not worth it. By no means. Of course, with the stronger brigades we pushed further, so their losses will be big by any means, but nothing of this is worth losing whole brigades in this nightmare. So on the other hand, now we would have trapped them quite nicely in the open. Anyway. We shatter some units still on the way. So I'm quite... Well, it was a massacre, of course, but... Yeah. So now we would have them at the point of defeat, but... It's okay. It's okay. Of course I have to rebuild before Cold Harbor. That's for sure. So, but now they finally are breaking and running everywhere. Oh, what the hell? Why are they... Another unit shattered there. 5 minutes more to shatter random units. This is really the breaking point now for the Confederates. So of course they desperately charge in here. Also the artillery brought up now, opening up on their positions. So anyway, damn it. So 28,000 losses. I think similar to what you just had, Captain. I think you had 27, 29, I'm not sure. On the other way, they had 40,000, got 2/3 of them killed. This is good, and also I did not have that many troops as you, so therefore my loss is way heavier. Oh, it's just a draw. Okay, haha. So that makes things worse a bit. I should have watched for the victory conditions. In this case, I maybe would not have waited that long. At least it's a draw because I lost more than 40% of my army. So that makes things worse a bit, but on the good side is that I only lost 1 brigadier general. Lots of wounded, but not two brigadiers. And the goods, yeah, lots of stuff. Okay, so this was a nightmare, of course, but so look at this. 3 units from... So they are at full strength, but I indeed lost 3 units of my first I even lost the fighting historian's own brigade. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. So... it's reorganization time, of course. This is bad. This is really bad. And also, of course, the reputation went down. So that should not have been a draw, indeed. This is a bad thing. Also, we do not need Major General for this unit. Yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. And Hodgson we could replace too with Colonel.
Sir, yes, sir!
And now we will form a new... what do we have? We form a new... the fighting historian's own brigade. What the... okay. So of course this was not what I wanted for this battle. Let's... and I will shift Iron Brigade to 1st Division 2. Ah, good to know. Yeah. And let's form up some... so we do not have sharpshooters in the 1st Corps, so let's go for 1 unit of sharpshooters there too. What nice stuff could we give them? Come on, let's go for the best. So this costs crazy, a crazy amount of money. Come on, seriously. Good evening, God of Empire. Let's go for it. Why not? Although this is somewhat nonsense, spending so much money. What else do we need to do? There needs a division commander needs to be replaced too. And same here, so let's replace Davis with someone else. No, this is just a... stupid. Anyway. So let's use this one. Okay. So God of Empire, how are things going in lovely Austria? So my channel is my feelings are a bit bad at the moment, to be honest, because I just fought a very costly battle, and by the way, which unit is missing there? An infantry unit. I fought a very costly battle and I had only a draw, not a victory, since I was not able to read the victory conditions prior to the battle. And I had too many losses to make it a victory. So Yeah, that's what bothers me a bit right now. Also the fact that I could go all in and get some more money. This is all I can spend, but probably we need to do this. But first of all, fill up what we can with as many rookies as we can for not losing the stars. Good old Iron Brigade. So there we can bring them up largely. Okay, we lack Harper's ferries now. What else is in stock? Let's give them those Tyler, Texas, whatever guns. So I saw you posted a video about this, but I did not have the time to watch it today. So what was this about? How good is... He knows nothing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I never heard of it, I must admit. So... Sook's veterans. Not so veteran anymore. So it's really crazy how they shred my first division here. I totally lost this out of sight. Ah, okay. Is there anything this guy is not doing, seriously? The funds drop. No, I'm not talking to a bot. I'm talking to God of Empire, and normally his chat should be repeated in the Twitch chat too. And at least in my panel it's indicated like this. So what gives me some confidence now is that so you cannot, Captain, you cannot read so you cannot read what the bot. So this bot is repeating God of Empire's messages normally. So yeah, it's a bot, but it's just the bot repeats what people. So I do a parallel stream on Twitch and YouTube, and therefore people that write on YouTube are transferred. Ah, okay, so it's just it's the restream bot or whatever, and then the name is written, and in this case it's God of Empire. Yeah, and he, to whom I'm talking right now. Ah, okay, I run short of those Tyler Texas, so let's not do it. Yeah. Is there something else we can give to Wilder? Maybe some Palmetto, why
Yes, sir.
not? So some upgrades possible. This is a parrot. Let's use this one. There is an upgrade available. There are two. Yeah, I stream on Twitch and YouTube parallel at the moment. I choose this option in the beginning to yeah, create a bit more range, let's say. So since I could activate the Twitch affiliate status, since I reached all the necessary you know, goals for it. So as soon as I am activated and I am officially Twitch affiliate, then I am not allowed to stream the same content on another platform anymore. So therefore, so I did not activate it yet, so at the moment it's not a problem, but oh, by the way, which is nice, my own figure got Lieutenant General right now. So what can we do? Command readers and morale resistance, speed and stamina, cover and melee. Let's give them some stamina. So, and now we have the situation. Let's have a short look at the battle map for Cold Harbor. Oh, a Dutch campaign in which game? So the numbers indicated for the Confederates are somewhat useless since it's just the beginning of their troops. So what I will do now, since my situation... So good night then. So, the situation is, the troops are not really in a good shape already. So what I will do now, I will buy or order extra money, and I do this to upgrade some of those reserves. Also lacking troops. I should not have done it, I just realize. I should not have done it. Oh no. Since I do not have the manpower really to... But at least I can form up those brigades a bit more. Although this costs horribly horrible sums. So I cannot longer hold my goal of 1800 per brigade, which is sad, but it's the nature of this overland. I think it was the overland campaign. So let's fill up Rattle a bit more. And which unit is in terribly shape here? So Thomas could... now I'm running short of men. So the thing is, it's fitting somewhat. So we wear them down now. So Vincent both have roughly 28,000, and in the reserve comes 21,000 nearly. And this reserve corps is just a joke somehow. And I cannot fill up anything else. So the thing is, when it comes to this campaign, it was the final push to it was intended to be the final push to push Lee back to Richmond and somehow end the war like this. And as you can see, it's lagging a bit right now. Right. So, for example, here you can see the waiting federal forces at the winter before this campaign, so in their camps in the woods. So they prepared a lot for this. And what General Grant basically did, so at this time Grant was overall commander of the Union forces, but General George Meade was still commander of the Army of the Potomac that led this campaign. Grant was overall commander, and so he led the campaign, but Meade was still in charge of the Army of the Potomac. And the thing is, they crossed. So here you can see some pictures of the crossing on pontoon bridges. So there and also there, the Union Army marched into the so-called wilderness, and the wilderness was basically the area where the Confederates won their stunning victory at Chancellorsville about 1 year earlier. So it was a terrible terrain. It was completely covered by woods. So, for example, here you can see some examples. Behind these defenses, the Confederates could withstand everything Warren hurled at them. So it was terribly... It was a... Oh, wait a moment. I just forgot... yeah, this is the source of the book. Photographic History of the Civil War from Vicksburg to Appomattox, so the second volume. So what I just wanted to say, so the whole campaign was fought in those dense woods where the defenders, which were the Confederates, could easily hide and shoot from cover, and for the attackers, which was the Union in this case, it was just horrible. So, for example, here it's written on this picture on the left: viewed from the Orange Turnpike, the Wilderness Church nestles at left in the trees with the Hawkins farm on the right. This was some of the only cleared ground in the vicinity of the battlefield. So here we are talking about the battlefield of the Wilderness, indeed. So the Wilderness was before the battle we just fought. And here on the other picture you can see the rest looked like this. These grinning skulls now as much a part of the wilderness as the leaves and underbrush. So this is basically the terrain where large parts of this campaign were fought. So no open terrains, no real way to maneuver, and perfect conditions for the defenders. And for example here in this upper picture, the 56th Massachusetts and the 36th Massachusetts were both repulsed in a bloody assault the afternoon of May the 6th. At war's end, their regimental colors were little better than rags. So you can already see it, how torn to pieces their flags are. And this is even grimmer, the second picture. Here you see, and some of the regiments that fought here were a little better. Company I of the 57th Massachusetts went into the fighting on May the 6th, numbering 86 men. Several weeks later, these 9 men, commanded by Sergeant R.K. Williams at the right, were all that was left. So a company nearly at full strength with 86 men down to 9 men after several weeks. So this is just a nightmare. So this is about the Battle of the Wilderness. This was prior to the one I fought. And here, the terrain at the Spotsylvania fading was not any better than the Wilderness, tangled woods filled with Confederate rifle pits and log braces. This was the Battle of Spotsylvania Courthouse here. And this was just, so Mule Show was part of the Battle of Spotsylvania. And in reality, I read that indeed, in reality, I read that for breaching the fortifications at Spotsylvania, the Mule Show, they indeed formed a large brigade with 12 regiments, altogether 5,000 men, and they assaulted in a dense attack column with 3 regiments frontline and 4 rows of regiments, one after the other. So this is basically somehow there I got my inspiration for my tactic in the previous battle, where I also built up a dense assault column with 2 brigades frontline and 4 brigades one after the other. So 8 brigades altogether. It's not exactly what they did historically, but I wanted to try this out. And I was shocked how massive they lost in this breakthrough. So the breakthrough captain went better in your play. So I made it finally with the flanking maneuver. So you told me in your stream, you told me in your stream that some try to flank it and that they do not succeed. So I basically only succeeded by flanking, but well, you cannot even call it a success since I lost so many troops. So nevertheless, we will head for Cold Harbor because I want this to end. So you see at the draw you lose massive reputation points, so we cannot afford. I thought you were saying so that some people try to surround them on the extreme left wing. Okay, so yeah. So basically in the end it was nearly what I did, but nevertheless I tried to focus on strong points. So with my initial attack column and also with the 4th Reserve Division of 2nd Corps I used in the end to bolster the flank maneuver. Okay, so then I totally understand that this is not working out anyhow. So nevertheless we head for Cold Harbor now, and I have nightmares. So First Corps, 2nd Corps, 3rd and the reserve. Not even 90,000 men. Our army is shifting, trying to swing Lee's right flank. We are already building trenches near Bethesda Church. to this section. We have captured Old Cold Harbor, Crossroad, and now from this position we are threatening to advance to Richmond. Our infantry detachment are currently building breastworks to secure our new attack base. So, interestingly, I read the name Cold Harbor came in fact from a guest house that was located there, and this guest house was called Cold Harbor, and the reason for this is that they only served cold dishes. So, funny thing. The rebels have responded by maneuvering their force to defend New Cold Harbor Crossroads and have entrenched further northeast. Their breastworks attempt to Walnut Grove Road up to Old Church Road, blocking all main roads to Richmond. We have to assault and break their defenses. Oh, I hate it so much. So if the last one at least would have been a victory. Yeah, nevertheless, it's over. Our core detachment control Old Cold Harbor Road Junction and have prepared breastworks to defend it. The Confederates are mobilizing for an attack with their infantry. They have entrenched the other side of the road and we could counterattack to storm their defenses, but we are now under strength. We must hold our position until our reinforcements arrive. Okay. We start with second corps. Okay. Good. Then let's hold a bit. Let's keep one, and this seems to be an artillery position, yeah. So let's keep one division in, oh, there's a flag point, seriously? So first let me have a look at the victory condition. For a victory, all must be fulfilled. Hold Old Cold Harbor, hold Beulah Church, hold Bethesda Church, hold Central Breastworks, hold New Cold Harbor, lose less than 40% of your army, and at least one of those must be fulfilled. This is also a victory condition. So better have a closer look. Lose less than 25% of your army. How should this work? Inflict at least 5% more casualties than the enemy. This should work out too. All must be fulfilled. Hold Old... Oh, it's running. It's running. So, and hold some spots. And hold Turkey Hill. One of them I need to do. So this might be a way to go if we can minimize losses. But we will think about this later. So I think I should shift this unit quickly there. So at least their brigades seem to be somewhat small right now. It's better move Burnside there, he's closer. And let's even use them here. So I should use them. So if this is the average strength of their brigades in this battle, we could deal with it. But I wonder why they are so decimated. So probably because I nevertheless inflicted that heavy casualties on them. So they flank me now. Not that good for Burnside. They flank me with strong forces. Oh, they break in. So I hope this is the average brigade size in this battle. To shift Brian to the extreme left flank, since the pressure there is much bigger and there we at least have the artillery to fortify. Nevertheless, move the commanding officer a bit closer. And we will dispatch skirmishers to secure this position a bit. And same we could do with rains. So with the skirmishers we may secure the extreme Fitzhugh's cavalry spotted. Nice. So in a previous stream I'm just about to do this. Dispatch some skirmishers from him too, since he doesn't face any stronger resistance at the moment, and also let's keep the skirmishers with Burnside for the moment. So I wonder if this option with less than 25% casualties would be a way to go for me in this battle. But since I need to attack sooner or later, probably. But maybe I do not need to attack on a large scale. This, I'm not sure. This one not. Now what I was talking about, so since there is this victory condition, lose less than 25% of your army, inflict 5% more casualties. So this I would have fulfilled, and then I only would need to take one of those to get another victory. So this is... So there I need to attack Central Breastworks and New Cold Harbor. And fulfill one of those for the central one, which is also a victory condition. I would only have to attack one of them, and I'm just thinking about doing this, since my army is quite shattered right now. Maybe this could work. So I just know another victory like the previous one I cannot withstand by no means. So yeah, I want to win, but I maybe do not go for the first victory condition, which says conquer more positions, maybe just a small scale advance, preserving 3/4 of my troop. Ah, dear! There this guy is lurking around. So, sorry Burnside, no, it's time for you to dispatch skirmishers too. Since this Fitzhugh guy is an annoyment to me. Give him hell. Good one. Fended them off. So let's bolster this with Burnside skirmishers too. Routed them, but this means nothing, as we all know. So nevertheless, I hope this stays the average strength of their army. In this case, I would have come out of new show much better than expected. So if I really have broken down their horribly strong brigades to less than 1,000 in average, this would be good. So they bring in more troops, which is not good. But I hope I will have beaten him back soon. Then I can fortify those breastworks. And give them another volley. Okay, they are routing. Here they come. So of course this poor skirmish unit is clearly not enough to defend this. Let's hope we can. Reinforcements arrive, but from where? Sharpshooters. Okay. Whew. There's Jackson. Jackson is the shock cavalry. Oh. There's coming another unit. So you are 4th Division. Move there. Same with experiments there. So no sight of this American cavalry. Ha! They are shattered. Good. So in this case I want to shift 3rd Division down there too. So I do not need all of them to defend this line. So basically 2nd Division will be enough for this. And where's the bloody artillery? 10-pounder parrots. Why not having them there? Fisher, I need you in the open. Our right flank is under attack. So this is the right flank. Okay. Yeah. I did not have a look at the Confederates hold the passage to Old Church Road, and if we secure it, we could drive them away from the battlefield today. Okay. There's the rest of the troops. Our temporary fortifications at the wood near Magnolia Swamp are being targeted by the enemy. We are going to abandon these positions soon because the Confederates are becoming too strong in the area. We are guarding the section of Shady Grove Road with a few brigades to delay the Confederate advance. Our reinforcements arriving from the northwest will take up position at Bethesda Church and begin fortifying it in the next hour. Okay. General, be cautious trying to inflict casualties on the enemy. We cannot afford too many losses before our main attack. Yeah, that sounds reasonable to me. So, sharpshooters and really not what I want to have there. Seriously, I do not want to have. What battery is this? It's Napoleon at least. So good for close combat. So, but I also hate having the Napoleon there. And those previous sharpshooters I will send behind. Okay, but the average brigade size is really not more than... Not more than 800 men, 900 men, something like this. Well, on the other hand, let's change plans again. Let's try to build a kind of killing field here. And use the sharpshooters there. Why not? So here they lurk into the woods. So I want to send Ross up there a bit more. To have a junction between those two lines. And here they come, okay. But it's canister time now. So let's see. So seriously, if this is the average strength of brigades, then this might go smoother than anticipated. So of course the cannon gets some losses now. But maybe with some wise maneuvering of those troops. And I will send Ross in the center to have some backup there. Skirmish units. So I must be careful with my sharpshooters. Not wasting them. Since they got the terribly expensive rifles. Maybe shifting them here somehow. There they can use their weapons in the open. And with Haney we make some pressure on their flank, let's say. And Ross also nearby. So more than a stable position right now. But their numbers are much more than mine. I wonder where they are. And I really wonder if I can go for the victory condition with less than 25% losses. I doubt it when I think about the previous battles, really. So they lurk into the open. Let's use this for sharpshooters there. Maybe they can catch some block retreating. Good. Let's increase pressure a bit more. Nevertheless, Haney should always stay close to this position to support there. So those skirmishers routing. So let's even dispatch skirmishers from Epler now. So just to be somewhat flexible. And one sharpshooter dead. I don't know why. Maybe from artillery fire. This will not be good. So they are terribly exposed there now. Nevertheless, they inflict casualties. There is more troops, so let's shift the sharpshooters a bit in this way. Here. And do the skirmishers have some targets? Nope. Let's bring them out in the open for a moment. So things are smooth so far. Sharpshooters raising the death toll. Let's give Davis some flanking fire too. Getting some shots himself, so let's fall back with him. Okay, reinforcements, pretty nice. So who's coming there? 4th Division with 2, so they can reinforce here, and 3rd Division with a lot more troops. Bring them in the center or somewhere here. And what about the artillery coming up? Good cannon. Only to the center. Ah damn, they push me. Good that I brought a brigade in reserve there. Meanwhile, what's Shaw doing? This is the Iron Brigade down to... What the hell? When did they lose so many men? What the hell? So, okay, I probably did not bring them up that much. proceeding to the next day. Fine. Okay. Is this everything? Really? Is this everything they have? Yeah, they got hit hard and I did not replenish them to more than 1,000 or 1,100. We are preparing to attack. The Confederates have built heavy breastworks along the road connecting Old Cold Harbor and New Cold Harbor. This is everything they have? Crazy. The other road leading to Richmond, the Walnut Grove Road, is defended by those works. And here. So now the whole line is together. We must be careful not to lose Old Cold Harbor or Beulah Church, because then we will have to withdraw and stop our offensive. Yeah. So seriously, if those are the numbers, and there are only parts of my army available so far. Huh. So let's have again a look at those victory conditions. If let's get the worst case. If I lose more than 25% of my army, then I need to go for this. And therefore I have to hold New Cold Harbor and the central breastworks. And one of those. And where are the central breastworks? There. And where is New Cold? I think I need to hold New Cold Harbor. Where the hell is New Cold Harbor? I have no clue. So first corps is mostly concentrated there. Yeah, I think so too. Ah, here they come. How nice. Okay. Send some reinforcements, send some artillery. So you guys are 4th Division partly. You guys are 3rd Division. Not exactly matched up. So I think this was the part where I fought in the beginning, right? First Division. Iron Brigade in reserve. Haney, you go there. The fighting historians on there. Ramsey there. Is this all of 1st Division? 1st Division's infantry seems so. 2nd Division. Mostly lurking around there. So then Councilman, you take there. first division is somewhat messed here to attack. Second division somewhat spread out here. So I want and you guys are second division, so you occupied this one. Okay, so what we have now, basically, we have first division securing here, second division of first corps massing here, so they have no defensive task at the moment. First division, second division first corps massing here. This is first division second corps. They are defending. They're defending. Fourth division is also somewhat in reserve. So 3 divisions to man the breastworks right now. 3 divisions to potentially attack. And the big question now is, if I attack, where do I? Here? I would not go for the center, or here maybe. The thing is, let's have another look at the victory conditions. In the worst case, if I lose more than 25%, I must hold the central breastworks. And the central breastworks are here. So therefore, any attack should lead to this point, indeed. So therefore, let's prepare for a massive assault on this portion of the field. And let's also shift down some. Should I go for this point 2 as a diversion? Why not? Why not, since we have them there now. So this is the plan, but there are sharpshooters. Where is this other small sharpshooter units? And by the way, this position is undefended, so let's use Iron Brigade there and hope that this position is somewhat protected. And of course we want supportive artillery for this advance. So this means there's not that much artillery available right now. So we could add 2. They are a bit of useless behind there. Let's bring some ammunition forward. And where is commanding of Adair's field? Okay. And Vincent could support this diversion here. Next thing, 3rd division is only covering this exploit here. This means as long as we charge, we do not really need to defend this. So there is the spot, but as long as we attack, this is somewhat secured. So better send some cavalry here. Where do we have some? Mod is a bit too weak. Jackson could secure this flank. Isn't there another Merit? Yeah, let's send Merit here. Dismount and secure the breastwork with this flag here. So now it's all in all 4 divisions advancing. By the way, can't they take any breastworks? No, they can. Whew. So Appler can dispatch skirmishers and Chu, they are quite strong already. Still, sorry. And let's move forward with 1st Division. So it's not 1st Division, with the 1st Division to attack here, basically. 3rd Division, where's the skirmish unit? The skirmish unit could go back to their core unit. So let's bring them in close support. And where is the 3rd Division to participate in the assault? So here they are. Of course, here they are. Strong fortifications, but weak brigades here. So this gives me some hope that we might take them out of their defense lines. Jackson having a watchful eye here. So meanwhile, what's going on there? Skirmishers, could you please have a look while the division is forming up? Preston killed. What a start. So I think the tone is set for this encounter now. So let's immediately bring this division in support to replace any losses. And it starts. It starts. And they are strong there. They are really strong. So there we have this position. So let's bring Appler there. Send back the skirmishers. So let's try to make a push on this position. Oh, good. Good. This is nice. Better than I expected. I think the army is really worn down after Muisho. So come on, please. Yeah, now the horrible. Maybe some morale boost. Come on, charge those bloody cannon. If we could make a foothold in this wood, this would be great. So this charge will soon be backed, and then we will retreat to our position, since, as I said, this is only intended as a diversion. I want to take out those cannon. I want... maybe charging Martin now. And bring up the next division. If we seize this wood, then we can fight our way to this flag point. This is the one we really need. And then we can see what we will do. So I'm a bit more optimistic right now than I was after the draw, or after realizing I had a draw in the previous battle. So this was absolutely not... This was the one thing that never should have happened in this one. But anyway, things are as they are, and we cannot change it, as a wise old friend sometimes says. Looking at you, Captain. So the diversion is going on. So there we have kind of cover. It's not so bad. So maybe now time to harass them a bit more. But you're old. Sorry. Sorry, I could not resist. Really. No offense intended. Yeah, I'm doing well, and I'm really surprised. So obviously I really, although Mule was a draw, I think they had horrible losses, and therefore could not really fill up anymore. I think this is the only explanation for their terrible weak brigades. So we now can even bring up. So let's not overextend the lines. Ah, there's another fortification, so better stay focused on this portion here. Not expanding the line too far. I think this was the general mistake I made. For example, at Fredericksburg, I remember you watched it too, where I did a full-scale assault on the first stage at this strange, I don't know how the portion is called. You know what I mean, so... Diversion going on well. Losses not close to 24%, but since it's Cold Harbor, this could change any moment. Ah, this is what I thought. So, but even those are, look at them, nearly hardly 500 men. So maybe we should try. So the situation is we have 3 full divisions advancing here right now, and I cannot imagine how they could ever recover from this push. So let's try to go further somehow. Maybe we can roll up the whole line. This would be awesome. So Chitain here is wavering, not wondering that much about it, to be honest. Third division. Oh, but we pushed our Jackman here. Let's go to the woods with Brian. Bring him to cover. And those single units here, seriously, what can they do against us? Okay, they have 800 there, nice, but let's scout if there is something laying ahead. There's the remaining pressure. So those single division here is just preparing for outflanking them here too. Okay, and of course we have to keep the momentum. We cannot allow them to come to breath. There we critical wounded, so this diversion. Oh yeah, good advice, but it's okay, it's contested now for 41 minutes. This is maybe not good. try to grab a foothold on this viewpoint here. Ah, it's late in the night now. Ah, okay, here they are. But this is really not what you can call a defense, sorry. Yeah, I think so too. So I know I watched some of the earlier playthroughs of the history guy, we both know. Great guy, by the way. Really great history content. And I think he was embarrassed a lot since somehow this contestment time stole his victory at the very end. Can they cross there? No, they cannot. So let's move them up there. So that my flank march comes to its end. But this is clearly not the horrific battle of Cold Harbor I was fearing. Really not. Yeah, this went not that well, but... So at the moment I would have fulfilled the victory conditions for this. At least one. I have the central breastworks and I hold all this and I have less than 25% losses. Of course inflicting much more on the enemy. So I don't know if the battle can end at this stage already. But I suppose there will be more. Seriously, this cannot be the end. This is simply impossible. So look at this, there is obviously another defense line. Those brigades are so weak. They have hardly regimental strength, so... gonna be a bad day for the Confederates, I assume. So there, this is the whole 1st Division here in an assault column again, just pushing on the flank. Meanwhile, 3rd Division pushing here forward. And whole 4th Division lurking in reserve here. So, okay, here we got some counter charge, yeah, but... So the time is up. They do even rout now, after some volleys. Crazy. Really crazy. So time for 4th Division to form up. Of course they rally, they are shattered. This is really a nightmare for the Confederates here. So, wow, I definitely did not expect anything like this. 6,000 men lost, so the losses for the Confederates not heavy neither, but this totally made up for the bloodbath at the Mule Show. So hardly losses to replenish. So not a severe blow to the Confederates, of course, but... What you knew how this would end. So thanks in this case for not spoiling it, so I like my surprise. Also the death toll, so this Preston said, yeah, not many promotions, but how could they happen? The goods, some more Harper's Ferry, some Tyler, Texas, pattern. Awesome. Awesome. This was so I had so many worries about so there's the final battle. Okay. What the hell? So for Stevens. So which core is the better one? 37 or using first core? It's nearly equal in numbers. So let's use good old second core, since first core is somewhat beaten up now. So there's the Iron Brigade in the first, and so I think the second is, but on the other hand the second led the assault right now. Nevertheless, let's use them. And we have equal numbers to the enemy, but we defend, and we all know how horrible it is to defend now. So let's do this. General, the situation is dire. The Confederates army is advancing from the north towards Washington. What the hell? Where did they come from? The only obstacle between the rebels and our capital is Fort Stevens. Nice. This is not even my troops. Okay. And the extensive defensive line from Rock Creek. So all those troops are not mine. To Pinny Branch. I think this is part of the map for the Washington end battle as the Confederates. May this be? We've got strong defenses, but we are lacking manpower as most of our troops are expediting south. There's no time to wait for our whole corps to arrive. Advance each brigade as it arrives in double time to reinforce the fort, or else we'll certainly fall to enemy hands. So this sounds dire. In this case, let's move them up indeed. Okay, let's just have a short look. So, yeah, we soon need to man those fortifications, of course. But first we move them up a bit. Just to have them on the way. And now what do we have to do? There we lack units, so they we place there. What a small unit is this? Oh god. So, okay, there we lack troops. So what do we have here? Let's move them up for the moment. There we have some cavalry to secure, so this is fine. So they come first in from the north. So let's do what they say. Watching the newspapers? What do you mean? So they have repeating rivals. So did they realize that I was messing at you know, at Cold Harbor or what? Good that you remind me, so Horse wounded. So first of all, we replace this small unit there. Then we bring one unit into the fort to bolster the defense. So bring one unit there and one there. So we could man another breastwork attacking our left. So much about the reserves. Them there, let's concentrate them here. So chat lane, you fortify and you move up into the fortress. Let's keep the... Oh, we have 2 ammunition wagons, that's good. Field, you might be of good use in the fortress too. So some more troops inside the fortress. So I cannot really imagine that they achieve a breakthrough there. So let's stop them from running for a moment. Meanwhile, dismount the cavalry. What rifles do they have? Spencer carabins. Good one. So maybe we can give some flanking fire with them. Now at the right. Same here. Let's dismount some cavalrymen. And let's... Oh! Time for Burnside to intervene. There we could need some troops too. On the other hand, those units are weak by numbers. Yeah. This was clearly the end of this battery. Not surprising. By no means. So therefore, use good old Burnside to deal with Johnson here. A bit. Howitzers should deal with him too. How are things going there? They are already on the run. Let's not be too... So this is cavalry. So then let's mount them again and send him to reinforce the... Let's reinforce the right flank. So this is... So this is second... Let's force march some of them, not the whole bunch, but parts of them. So let's bolster them a bit more. Send Jackson's good old flanking cavalry and the sharpshooters. Let's see where we... maybe this would be a nice platform for some sharpies. Meanwhile... Our center line isn't looking that well, indeed. So, since then let's hope we can take this position again. Ah, damn, this is cavalry down there. There is the... Ah, this was not good. They took out the... So meanwhile, let's shift part of our troops to the north. Since there is the crucial point right now. Ah, there's battery, good. And the cavalry might be of better use there too. Since the other cavalry is charging through this line of sight here. Meanwhile, Vincent... no, not Vincent. Veterans, they could try to... Let's take the howitzers back in position. This is really easy going here, seriously. So... This is skirmishers work at best. Again, somewhat erratic, my movement here. But, well... So, they have lots of cavalry indeed. Which somewhat makes sense, since this is kind of a raid. So yeah, what else should they bring? Jackson, unusual, but those cavalry assaults on my batteries are really unpleasant, I must admit. So, time for some ammunition to be shifted around. Nevertheless, we routed them, good. We bring them to a halt here for now. So I really need to look up if an action like this took place in reality. So normally, of course, the game sticks quite accurate to history, but I did not hear of such a major engagement around Washington so far. So, time to bolster this defense. Also, we could replace Burnside with Kelly for now, since Burnside is somewhat exhausted. And I think sooner or later they will mass their attack here. So there is coming up a battery. Alright. Cavalry. So see what we can do to them here. Sharpshooters, maybe some cover in the woods. Not in the woods, of course, in the fields. So time for a tourney of this So slowly I'm... Anyway, let's have a short look at the victory for Stephen and King Farm. There is King Farm. Somewhere over here. Maybe it would be good to place a division there, a brigade there sooner or later. But first of all... So 3rd Division will be kind of spread out wherever I need reinforcements. This means 1 unit at this flag point, 2 more up in the north. No need to run them in now. And let's concentrate some batteries there. By the way, interesting. So therefore, shift 1 unit there. And we harass them here a bit. Good thing. Nevertheless. Good. The situation is stable now, mostly. So let's man those fortifications again. Keep them in reserve here. Keep them really close to the gap. And I think we mass some troops here to... look at them. Sneaky little bastards. Samo killed. Not of my own force, gladly. So let's say they sooner or later probably will try to push into the 4, so better mass some reinforcements behind the walls. There's a lot of cavalry too, maybe they could be of good use down here. Taking the cannon and the supplies maybe. Would be a relief to have shift him to the center, and now it's time to take some supplies. Let's hope Jackson makes it to the cannon. Meanwhile, I hold them at bay with my skirmishers only. There's another unit. Okay. And another one. I wondered that they could hide in this terrain since I had the high ground, basically. Should not have happened like this, but it's the case now. So in this case we have to charge the cannon with those cavalrymen. Last reserves on the field, so yeah, okay. Let's bolster the center line. There comes this reinforcement. Hardly needed anymore. Where is the... Oh dear. Sharpshooters in melee now. This was not what I intended. Clearly not. Damn. hospital killed. Okay. Sharpshooters in the center. I want to have those supplies. Maybe they are already empty, but I want to have them. So this unit. Let's keep some skirmishers up there. Supplies surrendered. Nice, and they seem not to be empty. Good, so let's move up some supplies here. Again, they come in. And there are the remainders of the skirmishers. Maybe a task for Jackson. Even if they lurk around there, no danger going out from them. So there was another task here. So there those guys grabbed the foothold. Lots of reinforcements here. So let's send one more unit down there. And use them to fortify the fortress. And more artillery, obviously. So they are out of order now. So this flank is cleared totally. This one here is not really a problem, it's just a bit annoying right now. So normally we should advance now to make a kind of a double envelopment or whatever, but we will never complete it in time. Yeah, thank you for your visit. So did I get it right that you have to play? So of course, yeah, you came right here after Mule Show, so you will do Cold Harbor next time, right? Do you have already a plan when you will do it? Sunday. I need to see, so I planned doing something on Sunday too. But I don't know when and how, and so this is all a bit... So on Sunday my new parts of my computer will be installed by a friend, so... And later we want, so on Saturday, so tomorrow we will do another Iron Harvest stream. This is this steampunk, no, not steampunk, diesel punk alternative early 20th century game. And this is tomorrow's evening plan, and on Saturday I want to start with my co-op campaign with Warhammer Total War with a friend. So we started it last Saturday, and my computer could not handle it. So it could handle the game alone, but not together with the streaming software and all this stuff. So now this Saturday we will start and maybe continue on Sunday, but it's not sure. So we will see. So, and it's over, and I could go over the timer, but I simply do not want to. So, yeah, that's right. So I can watch the replay on the one hand, and on the other hand, maybe I also have time on on Sunday. I don't know, but at the moment I'm planning quite a lot of streams indeed to push forward a bit. So I hope I can manage having a look at you sometime. So this is, for example, the reason why I started today at 9, not at 8, to have a short look at your stream. Maybe I can handle it like this on another occasion too. So thanks for being here. Have a good night and see you next time. It was a pleasure having you here around. So 3 guys deceased, but I think those were the guys from the Washington defense troops. Thank you for watching. So, and now we get a hell of a lot of reputation and 26,000 men and a lot of money. So this is exactly the boost I need to fill up my shattered troops. But first of all, let me see what is next. Oh, it's the last stage of the battle already. Georgia Railroad on 22nd of July. This is in June, so this is earlier. And then the final battle. So, okay, this is... So the June battle first, then the one in July, and in Richmond the final one. So this stage of the war went much better than I expected. So, okay, this is the Battle of Richmond. Again, there I could bring 5 full corps. I will definitely not have them, of course. But I'm pretty sure I can bring 1st, 2nd and 3rd Corps to some decent strength and build up even the reserve corps, so at least the 4th one with maybe some cavalry and artillery. But first of all, let's see what we face in the minor battles. So this one in June, Harrison Creek, again gives 21,000 men, so this will be bloody 2 then. So there are no minor battles anymore. An assault with 2 corps against a strong line. Okay. Interesting. For several reasons, interesting. Let me tell about this later. So at the moment they are not strong, but this will change. So an assault corps, 1 reinforcement corps, both with full strength. And the next one here is Georgia Railroad. Again, in case of victory, lots of troops. And what can we bring there? I think it's also an assault battle. Nope, it's a defense battle. Good. Good for several reasons. So what I'm thinking about right now, first of all, let me have a look at the numbers. So 1st Corps 25, 2nd 24, 3rd still 20. So they have an average of, most of them have 1 star. There are only 2 units, Pugh and Warren with 2 stars, and Bryan here. And they are somewhat decimated. Here on the other hand, they have a decent strength. So, except of Iron Brigade and Ross and Appler. So they need reinforcements. But I can bring them quite easy to full strength again. What about this one? They are heavily decimated. It's okay somehow. But I was just wondering if I could use 3rd Corps in the upcoming battle. As the 1st Corps to attack and reinforce with another one. let's say this the first one. And in the next battle, in the defensive one, I use those, since they should hold pretty well. Might be an idea. So first of all, 3 reputation points. So let's... There's the draw. 1 defeat at Shiloh. But in a war you never win every battle, of course. Cost of veteran recruits reduced. So money is an issue. Totally. So let's bring both of this up to 8. I would have liked to go for more logistics, but this is not as a reconnaissance. I will never ever need more reconnaissance. I'm pretty fine with the current state. So medicine is up, politics is up, organization I do not need more there too, since I will never go for larger brigades. So the next level of army organization would only say that I can build up 5 corps then. So probably I will never build up a 5th corps. Good. So let's shift a bit into army reorganization. So first of all, replace all the Haggard. Oh, let's use this one. Okay. Maybe we should use the real Haggard there. Since, oh yeah, this gives nice boosts. Endurance course. Yeah. This is fine. And there we need to replace Davis. Is he already? I think I used Davis as... So let's use Gary here. And here we use is Preston back? Nope. Then use Sickles. There is an upgrade possible. Let's go for shooting training. No other upgrades here. There is those sharpshooters did a good job. Firearms, reloading time, accuracy, stamina, efficiency and speed. This is good. Let's fill them up to 250, although this will cost a lot. I nevertheless want to do it. Good. And there we also have need to have a look. So it's absolutely impossible to have. So first of all, who is commanding this? A major general at least. Good. So since we will bring this division into play at the final battle. Oh, this is John Buford. Nice. But you know what? I want to have Lily in command, and I want to have Buford here with a cavalry brigade. Where is Buford? There. And they get, what weapons do they get? What do I have in stock? Some Spencer carbines. Way too expensive. Some good sharps. Why not those? So this is just in preparation for... let's shift him there and let's shift him back. Good, so Buford is second now. So this is just nitpicking right now. Those units I will build up before the Battle of Richmond. What I will do now, I want to have those 2 units, this one and Warren, the 2 best in this core. Therefore, they have Harper's Ferries, this is good, they should get a bit better stuff. They should get indeed some Springfields. And let's fill them up with veterans, so they will be the core. Let's even go to 2000, this costs too much. They will be the core of the unit. As I said, I want to use this core in the upcoming battle. So let's see if we can replace some of those officers too with some generals. Let's keep 1 major general in reserve. You never know where you might need him. And now, so this core is not really good, to be honest. Where do they have Springfields? Always. So lots of Springfields. So the old ones, this is the problem, the old ones. But yeah, they get better. There's a mixture of old and new ones with some Harper's Ferries. So this is quite fine. Which is not good is indeed they need better weapons by any means. So let's at least say we give them some. Why not some Tyler, Texas?
Sir, yes, sir!
And then let's fill up their ranks. We fill them up with. They lose a star now, yeah, but I want to bring them up in numbers mostly. To have a strong 3rd corps again. So, since this upcoming battle will be costly anyway, I just also can. So I will send them in first, although they lack the experience and the good equipment of the other 2 corps, but I somehow want to preserve them as much as possible.
Sir, yes,
I will
sir.
not spend reputation right now. The reason for this is let's even bring them up, although they lose a lot of experience, but I want them in strong numbers. So Lomax. So they lead the way, this will be bloody and they won't hold on very long, but on the other hand they have some experience nevertheless, so it's, and maybe I can delay this action a bit and wait for the reinforcements.
Yes,
so this would be the basic idea. By the way, let's shift Wheeler to 4th Corps and form another unit of sharpshooters with not this high-end weapon, but with some of those Spencers. There we have a lot. So let's form a huge sharpshooter unit with 350. And what can we do for them? And I want them to be fast and efficient, so let's give them this. So, and there is Hooked. So there's Bliss.
Yes, sir.
Haskell. And Bruce. So of course Ah, and there's another unit, so they maybe need another cavalry unit in this corps. They have one. Now let's shift Stuart to the reserve too and build more artillery there. And not those lousy fields. Let's go for either 3-inch ordnance or 10-pounder parrot. Something heavier maybe. Why not some howitzers? Why not some howitzers? So now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 batteries. This is good. They have only one cavalry unit, but I do not need that much cavalry. A strong unit of sharpshooters, so this is fine. So they up to 30,000 now. And as I said, I will... So who suffered more? I will use second corps to assist, first corps to assist them in the upcoming fighting. So first and foremost, I really need to bring up Iron Brigade. This was the saddest thing in the previous battle, that they were so beaten up. And this costs me a hell of a lot of money. Is this really worth it? This is so crazy. But come on, let's do this one and for all. Although this is sheer madness using so much money to fill up Iron Brigade, but I want them in good strength. Same here with my own brigade. And Haney, who also made a good fighting in the previous battles. And they are first division of first corps, so they should be in a good state. So ransom, okay, I'm running short of Harper's Ferries, this is not good. Sir. Okay, so let's see what else we can do. So this was somewhat stupid now, using so much money to fill up the Iron Brigade. But what can we do? What can we do really? So good old Heinzelman, he also made a good fight in all the battles. Mott again decimated. I have two Haney now. Manuel Haney and Pedro Haney. So maybe I'm confusing them now, but anyway. And I hardly can fill them up with rookies without letting them lose a star. Okay, they need to have Harper's Ferries too, so let's resupply them with... what could we give them? Then let's shift them to ordinary Springfields too. Also this also will cost a lot. But now we have some Harper's Ferries in reserve. And one of the last units with Springfields in the first corps. Lawrence, alright. So let's check out the batteries for one moment. If they, yeah, they always need some. So they are fine. They need, again, a graveyard for money. Let's keep it at bay a bit.
Yes, sir.
But Heinzelman needs reinforcements.
sir! Yes, sir!
Not getting... should get more troopers. Yeah, that's fine. Drayton. That's also fine. The other Haney. Let's keep them at roughly 1600. They need more troops too. So don't ask me why I stick to this 1800 usually. So I think it's just a good way to maneuver, to keep the troops maneuverable. So Rattle could need some more. So now I'm running short of money. So, okay. Most of those troops now have 1800 again. I think it's a good number to keep a brigade maneuverable if they have 2000, 2200, 500, 800. It's just getting clumsy. So I do not really like it. So therefore... So first corps now up to some decent strength. Same with third. So they can fight the upcoming battle. And they will do, but of course not today, since it's midnight already here. Second corps then will be brought up to strength somehow to fight the defensive battle. It will be a pleasure to have it with them, really. What I could do now, I could do a short look at the armory. But there's really nothing I can sell right now in the larger scale. So I do not need those hunters. I will never use. But I want to keep some of those sharps, some of those smith maybe also. So they are not enough to use them. Those Spencer carabins, I want to keep those sharps. Only 8 in stock, so what for? Really, what for? Let's keep those Spencer carabins. Cavalry weapons. Those sawed off. Bullshit. Those cold I can use. Oh, I have a lot of those Remingtons. This is good. Maybe this will... Wait a moment. I will form another cavalry unit then with... Where are they? Here. Good, strong cavalry unit with them. It's another Suk unit. Okay. So more shock cavalry for the final battle. So, nope, I wanted to go to the armory again. So what is left there? Those Pattern Enfields, Smith, those Spencer carabin. I do not think I will form a regiment with them. So let's sell all this stuff. And the artillery. What I clearly will not use anymore is those 6-pounder fields. Wait, again, so here in this corps. Napoleon, 6-pounder field, 12-pounder howitzers, 12-pounder howitzers, 6-pounder fields, so let's fill them all up. Okay, so in this case I really can sell the rest of the 6-pounder fields. I will not form another battery with them. I will probably form a howitzer battery since I just have them. And those, let's keep them for some smaller batteries. Let's keep all of it. Let's see what we can bring for the final battle. So let's not be too greedy. On the other hand, what can we do for them? Can we...
Yes, sir.
And can we do something for Ross too? Yes, we can.
Yes, sir.
And can we do something for Haney? And then I could go to bed as a happy man. And there's battle. And not enough money left for battle. But at least he's close to 1600 now. Fine. And that's it for today. So maybe I will do the end of the campaign in a large final stream. So I really would love to go to the upcoming battle now, but it's a bit too late to do this now. And yeah, I think for today it's enough. I achieved. So I really was frustrated after the draw at Mule Show. I did not expect this. This should never have happened. But we made good for it at the Battle of Cold Harbor. So indeed, Mule Show was my Cold Harbor experience today. So for now I'm fine with it. For now I'm fine. I wonder how 3rd Corps will perform at this upcoming battle, but I think we have them in a state where we can beat them. So by the way, it's just Brigadier General difficulty, so we outnumber them 2-1 nearly, and although we have to attack, it's manageable. It's manageable, and let's not be too greedy at the beginning. Let's pin them here a bit in place, then push strongly through this one and encircle, envelope them, and so this is the basic idea. It will be tough by any means. I don't expect any easy battle from now, but I think we handle them quite well now. So alright, if there's anybody out there, then thanks for watching, and have a good night or an enjoyable day, or wherever you are and whatever you are doing right now. And see you maybe next stream. And for today, I only can say goodbye and keep the spirit high.